This is the hardest question video blog, and hey, this week we're getting the band back together.
Yeah, Debbie.
Yeah. So Mark and I started a church a long, long time ago with Reverend Debbie Blue.
Brilliant, Debbie.
And she is writing on this gospel text this week, which is like, wow. I think she did it.
I remember the first time she preached.
Really?
Yeah, at House of Mercy.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, where did this come from?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, because she's 3'2", you know, and kind of can be a little quiet, and then she gets
not really menacing looking.
No, not at all. And she gets up in that pulpit
and just owns it.
Yeah.
And writes with such beauty and such economy.
And this text is.
I hate her.
I know. I know. The hardest question is. How are we supposed to follow this?
I know.
No. So yeah, her post is just great this week, and of course this is the third week of Easter, and we're in John again, and we're reading John 21, 1 through 19, which is, to me, it's two pericopes that are really put together, and it's hard to.
Yeah, I would choose one or the other, unless you come up with something.
You can either do the fishing one or the feed my sheep one, you know.
Yeah, sort of Peter's reinstatement.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where Debbie gets at. Sort of, she talks about this fishing as like that. This is them relaxing after, right?
After Peter's just this buffoon of this guy who's striving, working so hard. You know, it's almost comical how hard he's trying to impress Jesus.
Right, to do the right thing.
Yeah, and now that he's alone, he just goes fishing.
He just gives up. He's just like, relax. He's like, I'm going fishing.
And the key word that Debbie uses is relax.
Yeah.
He relaxes into his being.
As if something has happened.
As if something has happened to change his.
Which I think is great. Yeah. And then she deals with this next part with Peter about this notion. It does seem like he's being reinstated in the text. He's being set up to be the leader of this movement, and she talks about whether this is just like some people say this was inserted later as a way to reinstate him and as sort of like give him credibility in the corporate church or whatever.
Yeah, or as the beloved disciple, his group vying for power with Peter's followers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You could read it that way. I think history tells us that Peter was crucified. Tradition says he was crucified upside down on a cross. So it's pretty powerful. Those lines about they will take you where you do not want to go.
Right.
They'll bind you, and there's a lot of tragedy to that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So do you? Yeah. So how do you preach this text? Which one are you going to choose? I think. Try to take on both pericopes, or choose the first or the second. I think the first part of it is a little bit more fun.
Yeah, and all the intertextual allusions to the rest of the Gospel of John, it's just really rich. Debbie points out a couple of them, and so if you get a really good John commentary, you'll find lots of treasures there.
Yeah, I think so, because there are so many details in this.
Really weird details.
Like there's a charcoal fire.
The charcoal fire.
And that, how many fish does he catch?
153.
153.
We know what that means, right?
Yes, according to the Illuminati. No, if you know what 153 means, yeah.
Also, what were they wearing when they were fishing in the boat?
Well, this is the crazy thing. They were, they make the point of saying he got up and got dressed because he was naked.
Yeah.
They were fishing naked.
Well, who hasn't been? Yeah.
So that might be something you might explore as well. So let us know how you're going to preach this text. Thanks.